I'm sure a lot must have been spoken about this first slide, that is how India outlook is going to be by 2025. Construction industry is expected to grow by about $1.4 trillion or more than that. So robust demand to greener technology in infra construction, I'm sure you must have heard a lot in last 1.5 days. So I'll straight away jump into to have these particular outlook. What are the challenges of construction industries? I thought to take a brief on this. So first is project estimation itself. I mean, in our experience, what we have seen is government bids are coming so fast and you are supposed to be responding in the window given is as short as possible, and you are supposed to be responding on that. So estimation has to be accurate as well as speedy. There could be many risks, and these risks could be geographical risk. It could be in India, I have seen that risk of land itself is not given and clearance of the land is put on the contractor's head. Recently I have seen one project, I don't want to name, clearance humko hi bola hai karne ke liye, and our people are struggling for last 1 year. So I don't know, I mean in detailed project report, what is the timeline was given. Resource management, I mean all of us, we are knowing that it's most important thing, and these days all of us, all construction companies, one particular thing, including real estate, including householder labors, labor nahi milta hai. Okay, so getting resources, it has become most difficult thing for construction companies these days. Cost control against budgets. So you have to be really on top of the budgets, and I have been researching many construction companies, and to be frank with you, I have not come to a satisfactory answer, including AFCONs. Let me be very, very frank, that how you control your budgets. Okay. In fact, I would like to learn from international companies, although I have worked there, but there also, I'm afraid, I have not got real answer on how do we control the budgets using software tool. And I give this open challenge here to discuss with me on this particular topic. Comply with HSC regulations, all of us are aware what kind of HSC regulations are there, and you have to comply with them. In fact, most of the international companies I have seen, they first start with the presentation of their own companies with the fatalities. Anyway, to circumvent this construction industry, I came across this particular benchmark diagram for myself through McKinsey, where in 2016, a particular article was written by McKinsey, where they emphasized how BIM is going to play an important role, not for real estate, it's for infrastructure industry, and how BIM is connected with dotted lines or with straight, with all the systems which are there in the organization, including ERP. So we worked on this particular diagram for last so many years, to be frank with all of you. I mean, it took very long time. And we came up with our own support system as well as front-end systems for digitization, where we made SAP as our main lifeline system for ERP. Now it is S/4HANA RISE. And BIM. BIM is an initiative, to be frank with you, which has just started about 1.5 years back, and we now made it as a way of working for the company, where case study will be presented. The first line which you are seeing are the back-end systems, are the support systems, which are primarily on SAP or S/4HANA RISE. And the systems which are shown in the arrows are the systems which are developed, bespoke system which are developed using some of the world-class product like Microsoft SharePoint, where I thought more emphasis we have given is for e-learning and knowledge management portal, where AFCONs is Mike and Make Award, which are most innovative knowledge enterprise, where we have won the award for last 7 years consecutive. Second thing, I would say we have given more emphasis on the cost control side, on the IoT based devices, where we have put in for more than 2,000 major equipments, all the IoT sensors primarily for governing our fuel theft. Okay, and it is a case study that how fuel can be saved using our own call center which we have established at Nagpur, and how they monitor using the sensors. We won't talk right now about that, but that could be another case study which you people can take it up. And 5D modeling, we have just entered into the 5D, where 4D we have done successfully for 4 projects and 2 other projects are ongoing. So these are initiatives which are very close to my heart, because as an IT person, I got 100% involved in this. And there are other initiatives which are working in and around of these IT-enabled tools. Now, on the BIM side, I would request our partner, Mr. Swapnil Joshi from Intento, how we have done BIM for Male, for Dahej, and for Delhi projects, as well as Bilaspur tunnel, and then I will again connect you to various other stories. Yeah, Swapnil.
Thank you, sir. Now, yeah. So I'm audible. Yeah. Yeah. So now, as Sandeep sir has already mentioned, this is an initiative where no contract has requested for implementation of BIM. So that's an initiative taken by the AFCONs management, and they have given us an opportunity to work as partner with them, share our knowledge and get it implemented successfully. So we are just showcasing 4 cases here in 4 quadrants. So basically this are focusing upon, so we are not talking about 2D to 3D is common what we are looking at. 3D quantity extraction is common, class detection is a regular process, routine process. We are focusing on decision making processes plus the contract administration. So what we are doing is, from 4D, we are doing, so design analysis is being done. Then we go to the next level where the construction methodology, method statement analysis is being taken into account, like lift wise, how the construction is going to happen, validation of the construction method statement, what we do. Then the major focus is on the progress monitoring and catching up of the delays. So here, if the one which you are seeing it here, when we talk about the progress monitoring, in this particular section, what we are doing is, the colors which you are seeing is nothing but the realistic, dynamic, expected completion dates of those lifts of those pylons. So you can see the months mentioned here. So it's a 6 months look ahead plan is already being reflected on the screen. If you see this one, this is a Male project connecting 4 islands worth around 4,000 crores. So here you can see every segment, the way it's a balanced cantilever method which is being used here. So the segments are being erected from one pier head to the other part of it, and the end portion is done by the truss part. The truss is being erected. So every segment casted in the yard, ready to erect after 28 days, and then the erection has been done, is being showcased here, and this portion is done by the truss portion. So when we go into the progress monitoring, the construction methodologies is already validated. So there is no if and but situation at that particular point of time. Here if you see, MG Setu is the longest one, and this you can see 2 different colors, yellow and green. They are nothing but the process mapping. So here we had, this is the shortest and the fastest delivery which we have done, 1 month 10 days for such a long modeling the complete project, complete creation of the schedule and marrying them together, which we did it in 1 month 10 days. I feel it's the fastest one which is being delivered and made live. And here only we could save around 20 days time straight away within the span of 6 months. So it's a good achievement as a first case study which happened due to the complete support given by the AFCONs, all the departments, and plus we had done the value addition from our side towards the process. So here methodology, progress and the process. So we are not leaving aside anything outside the BIM model or BIM environment, where the design is being tracked, fabrication, delivery, erection is being tracked, and the progress is being tracked along with the look ahead plan. So I don't need Primavera, it's in the back end definitely, but then everything happens digitally only on this such a kind of a huge project out here. Here the beauty, the important part here is the pile is 100 meter depth and 2.6 meter dia. So here we, even if you have not shown, we have mapped the seabed also. So we know the friction pile is going 13 meter down the bed or 16 meter down the bed. So those kind of additional things we are done, and plus we are using those informations for the anchoring of the barges for lifting the heavy segments. Here this is a tunnel project wherein heading, benching, all the methodologies of the complete work are being monitored, and the fundamentals are being kept same for all the projects which I have presented it here, which are talking about the 6 months look ahead or 3 months look ahead for decision making. At the same time, on the missing, these are the missing link viaduct 2 project, where we have given the design coordinates also for every lift. So there is no chance of deviation on the installation of the formwork. At the same time, we have done a 7D also here, wherein the facility management, all the data is being fitted in as a POC, which we are going to implement as a part of the process. And the most important part all out of this is being reviewed for last almost more than 6 months. All the projects are being reviewed by the management every monthly basis. On every fortnightly basis, we and site discuss and come to a logical conclusion. And towards the end of it, whatever the models you are seeing are fully loaded with the contractual information. So tomorrow if we go for any of the contractual matters, these are going to be the handy faces for us, and this will be used by another stakeholder in the contracts department. So we are covering from design to method statement validation, to construction methodology, to the progress monitoring, and then decision making in terms of contract administration. So this is what we have been doing, and this is a dashboard which is being used successfully by the management, and now it's, as sir has mentioned, this has become the way of working in AFCONs. Yeah. So I think I'll hand it over to sir.
Case study, the entire BIM journey has started with MG Setu, where we have told management that based on your Primavera schedule, the project was to get over by 31st of May. We are giving you challenge through our small AI ML simulation that you will complete this project in the first week of May. And everybody were laughing that, you are challenging, our own construction people. And really project was over by end of April. And so based on that, when it was presented to Executive Vice Chairman, he said, this looks much better than Primavera. Primavera is only understood by the planners. Sometimes it is not even understood by the planners. So we should go ahead with BIM. And this is how the BIM journey has started. Now with these four projects we have taken, after success of this, we have taken Bangalore Elevated, am I right?
Bangalore Metro, yeah.
And Raghavpur Dam project. Now Raghavpur Dam project is yet to commence because we are not given the land yet, but I said you must start. Okay, so this is how the BIM was the journey in our company in AFCONs. But if you look at some of the interesting project of our country, like Atal Tunnel, the technology components were already there. I mean, this particular project, when we went to the site in 2010-11, it was difficult to reach even the site. And it was at 10,000 feet above sea level. I mean, implementing SAP, everybody said, Sandeep, you're joking. And we were with the Strawback joint venture. But we made it because there was a challenge in terms of North Portal. We were given only 3 to 4 months of working. So if working itself is not happening, where is the question of SAP working there? So, but we took it as a challenge and we made SAP working in 2016 or 2017, I don't remember. Atal Tunnel was successfully inaugurated by our Prime Minister. So there we implemented a lot of technology components, which I don't want to name it at this point of time. Chenab, one of the iconic project of the country, was one of the first projects where Tekla 3D model was used, and that was, according to me, the start of BIM. MG Setu in the real sense, sorry, I have written here 5D, my apology. It was 4D model, okay, but we used limited AI. So Tekla, Rivet, P6, Navisworks and SAP. SAP was used in a very, very limited way just to track the cost component offline. We used MG Setu first, and as he rightly said, we took only 1.5 months to complete entire BIM model, which according to me the fastest maybe in the country. I don't have any statistics about that. Yeah. Male, as he has demonstrated, is one which we have taken it as a BIM and it's running successfully. GCPL, this model, very surprisingly, this particular model was given by the client, and they didn't emphasize on BIM or anything. But what I could see in this particular model, they have given the model up to the fabrication level. Am I right? Yes. And it was completely end-to-end model. So I was talking about why can't I get end-to-end model from the either from client or from the engineers. Now we were talking for the missing link. Why there were really missing links in the BIM model? I mean, we went to the engineering consultant saying that this particular string is missing, can you not develop it? No, वो सब possible नहीं है अभी. So we should have end-to-end model to get into the real BIM, and this is what is happening in GCPL, and we wish that entire project till end will be monitoring using BIM, including fabrication. I'm sorry. So we used some of the products from oil and gas also, which is called as HYSYS. From oil and gas. HYSYS is, I believe, from Avaiva. Okay. DC7, which is in Delhi, which Swapnil is doing. Bilaspur, which will be connecting between Chandigarh and Manali by rail, and it will boost our tourism. So that is being done using BIM. Sorry. So major takeaways from this particular, thank you. Sorry. Major takeaways is we seriously want to make BIM as a way of working, effective use of IoT technologies. Learning and development, I have seen, is the answer to overcome workforce scarcity and optimize plant and machinery. And above all, works in the framework of strong and secured analytics. So to summarize, construction digital world or data-driven world is no more distant dream and need of the hour. Construction industry is no longer going to be unorganized sector, and would see all the best practices like manufacturing sectors in near future. Although I have written this statement, I will contradict my own statement. There is a construction, there is an infrastructure segment available with all of us called as oil and gas. If you look at oil and gas, the model is available from the day one, which is made in HYSYS or any other platform, and it is made meticulously. I have seen personally offshore platforms are made in India with our own company meticulously. They use Primavera so meticulously, 26 to 50,000 activities are maintained in Primavera meticulously. And here, we all boast about maintaining 5,000 activities which are also not being monitored properly. I'm sorry. But this is, ये किसके लिए बनाया Primavera? वो client facing के लिए बनाया. That's not correct. And that's a fact of the story. So while we have an infrastructure segment which is called as oil and gas, which works in so disciplined way, while for infrastructure projects of bridges or for metros, we struggle. Why? So deploying technologies like BIM or at every field work connecting to the office by affecting tools like BIM and IoT, etc. I have done a lot of reference checks, what I speak about, or done a lot of research on this, and these are the references available. You can go through it. Thank you very much. Unless you have any questions. If there are no questions, okay. Sorry, I am having a habit of interacting with the people.
So I have one question both for you as well as the Tatas. See, both of you are using BIM as an organizational policy. Now you have already explained how you went about taking up BIM and all those aspects. What is your expectation from the government, not in terms of making it mandatory only, but if you are you giving it back to the government after completing your projects? And are you trying to, sort of tell your clients that this is how you can make use of the information that we have generated in future while you're going to operate and maintain these projects? I understand you are going to be liable only for the DLP parts of the projects that you are doing, but operations and maintenance is way beyond DLP.
I know.
So are you giving it back to them for further uses or something of that sort?
We have spent a lot of money. If they can give us money, nothing like it.
Okay. So that is where the hitch is.
No, I'm just joking. I will tell you what. We are telling our clients, for example, Missing Link, okay, that's a Mumbai Lonavala project, that we are doing this, we are expanding this further. In fact, I was a part of Missing Link project where to make BIM operational. And we were going back to their consultant that, you should get more detailed drawing for us in 3D. But they refused to give. So we said, okay, fine, we will do it in-house. So we are doing it in-house. Once we finish everything, we can give it to them. That's not a problem. But they should make use of it. I mean, they should learn from the contractors also, which I don't know how many of them are having appetite. I'm sorry. So we are open. For example, Mali, in case of Mali, we told government that we are ready to share this entire model with you. Okay.
And a quick follow-up. I understand that like what L&T has been doing is they have created an academy and they are sort of, documenting all the learnings from BIM into it and they're sharing it with people. I believe AFCONs and Tatas both are doing that.
I missed this particular point. Sorry. MG Setu project, which was made, after making this project, first thing we said that it will go to our knowledge management portal. So it will go to the knowledge management portal where in knowledge management you can always go to every link and look at what it is made up of. And then you can also give that knowledge to the people. So on e-learning side, we have done about 50 plus chapters on the e-learning technical side. We have not embedded BIM, but on KM side, yes, we have done it.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is Rakesh Garg from Tata Projects. So since this question was for both Tata Projects and AFCONs, so yes, to answer your first question, are we giving back to the government? Yes, we are giving back to the government, bringing it up to 5D level and then giving it back to the government for facility management. So we are doing that. As far as training is concerned, we have a very, very extensive training program where we are regularly conducting training programs and knowledge management also is being done. So all that is happening at very, very advanced level. We have a different cell for knowledge management as well as for training and development. So that is our regular program which is happening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Thank you.